And Shalom Akyam, this is Akal Lamad from the GMS Austin camp. I want to give all praise and honor to the Most High and the Son Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles at the Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there defending the gospel. And excuse the noise if you hear a lot of noise in the background. I'm at work, so if you hear a lot of dogs barking, that's what that is. But I just wanted to get this off my mind while it's still fresh in my head. And if you brothers watching, the brother Yakanan, he did a video and he was talking on the phone with Yashawamba in the Dallas camp. And of course the hot topics are all these scoffers that are just going as far left as possible with their doctrine to get as far away as possible from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and from the truth of the scriptures, all right, which we constantly preach. And what we constantly push out there for brothers to see so they can be edified. And I'm going to drag this irrelevant clown back into the light. You know, I'm going to give him his little 2 seconds of fame again. But he mentioned this nigga Izar, all right, a.k.a. Heel Hook Esau. Now, this dude, if you've been paying attention, right? Now, actually, first, before I get into that, let me read a scripture. All right, I pulled up. Let me pull this up real quick. Just give me a second. This is Sirach chapter 19, verse 1. It says, "A laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich, and he that contemneth small things shall fall by little and little." Now, if you've been paying attention to this guy ever since he first fell off, look at the progression of events that took place, right? He was with the elders, all right, and he was up in New York with the camp. He was with the Boston camp. Apparently he had some issues with brothers in the Boston camp. He had an obvious issue with Elder Gabar, Apostle Gabar, because he's thinking that he's an Edomite, right? But meanwhile he's up there with the camp, not telling them nothing, not telling them his problems or his beef or his awk with them, and he's steadily going out, right? That might start out as a small thing, but it can obviously elevate to something that is a much larger problem. So what happened then? He finally just said, I'm out, and made that video on why we left GMS, which is funny because he titled the video "Why We Left GMS," but up to this date, with all the videos he's made, there's been no we included in any of those videos. It's always just been him. All right. That's until he got with Baloo, and then they ended up having a fallout. But I don't know, I'll mention it again later. But what were some of the first things he mentioned? He said he was tired of holding he had all those problems with brothers up there in the camps. He got tired of holding signs and reading and preaching out there in the different elements up in the cold up there in New York. They fell off. He said, you don't have to go out there and preach. All right. That was one of the first things he said in that first video, that you have to literally be outside teaching. All right. Which the scriptures say you got to go out to the markets. All right. In the highways and the byways. Okay. So that's another part of his progression of him falling off. Then he started going on this tirade against Elder Gabar, Elder Aramlab, Elder Rakal, Elder Tahar, just saying all this stupid bullshit, for lack of a better word, pardon my French, right? Then what did he say? He eventually started to say tithes are unlawful, which the elders, starting with the elders, the apostles, on down to all the camps, tithes has never been pushed as something that is mandatory. Although it is lawful and it is the law, we've never said you need to give us your tithes. We've said you should give us your tithes. The elders said you should give them your tithes. But if you don't got it, don't give it. If you can't afford to give it, don't trip. But if you can afford to give it, if it ain't gonna hurt you, then, you know, let us hold something. You know, that's pretty much all they've been saying from day one, and it hasn't changed. So he went against tithes, which is scriptural, All right. Then what was one of the next things he said? There goes some damn dogs barking. What was one of the next things he said? The Apocrypha is null and void. Which is funny, all right? It might be a little ironic if I'm using the correct word, because this guy is literally fulfilling a scripture in the Apocrypha that he claims is not biblical, right? So he said the Apocrypha don't matter, and that it's not biblical and it's off, right? And now, just the recent, this dude said the New Testament is off. And it's funny, Yahshua made that joke, said if he's got a 1611, he just ripped it in half after the last book, after Malachi. He just ripped it in half and threw away his Apocrypha and New Testament. If he got a little red Apocrypha, he chucked that out, right? And according to Luke 24 verses 44 on down a few scriptures, it says that the law and the prophets were all concerning Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. In Psalms 40 and 7 and in Hebrews 10 and 7, it says that, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. So for you to deny the New Testament, you pretty much denied the Old Testament too, and denied the whole truth of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You might as well just put the Bible down. You see how a little thing, as far as him having beef with somebody in his camp, could not escalate to this dude just don't believe in nothing. He's a complete scoffer. He's wicked as hell. He's a demon. And the Lord's going to judge his ass severely. All right? Because he may, like the brother said, you know, I'll repeat it. He might be an agent. I personally think he's just a damn bug out, to be honest. All right? But who knows? The dude's got a million different screen names and a face like a damn dinosaur, and all he does is scoff all day. And then the scripture said, I can't remember where it is. Lord willing, I'll post it when I get home. It says, let another man praise thee and not thine own mouth. Now, when this dude gets on his comment boards and posts scriptures up like he's this big Hebrew, all-knowing scriptural monk, he'll applaud himself. Boom, cut you. You got cut. Stop ducking. Keep studying. What the hell are you talking about? You ain't saying nothing. You denied the whole Bible pretty much by saying that the Yahweh Shai is done away with, saying the New Testament is done away with. So this is just, it's a clear example of Sirach 19 and 1, that he that contemneth the small things, he should have just went and dealt with whatever beef that he had with the brothers he was with, and maybe he could have just bowed out gracefully, maybe went and done his own thing. It might have been all good. But he that contemneth small things shall fall by the little. And with that, I say shalom.